Welcome to the short story Ram and the Magic Thread. It's a fictional story. Ram was a very little boy. Everyone used to love him. His family, his friends, his teachers, everyone used to love him. But he had one weakness. Ram could never live in the moment. He had not learned to enjoy the process of life. When he was in school, he dreamed of being outside playing. When he was outside, he dreamed of his summer vacation. Ram constantly daydreamed, never taking time to save the special moments that filled his days. One morning, Ram was walking in a park near his home. Feeling tired, he decided to rest on a patch of grass and slowly fell into sleep. After only a few minutes of deep sleep, he heard someone calling his name. As he slowly opened his eyes, he was started to see a striking woman standing above him. She must have been 100 years old, and her snow-white hair dangled well below her shoulders like a matted blanket of wool. In this woman's wrinkled hand was a magical little ball with a hole in the center, and out of the hole dangled a long and golden thread. "Ram," she said, "this is the thread of your life. If you pull the thread just a bit, an hour will pass in seconds. If you pull a little harder, whole days will pass in minutes. If you pull with all your might, months, even years will pass by in days." Ram is very excited at this discovery. "I would like to have it, if I may," he asked. The elderly woman quickly reached down and gave the ball with the magic thread to the young boy. The next day, Ram was sitting in the classroom, feeling restless and bored. Suddenly, he remembered his new toy. As he pulled a little bit of the golden thread, he quickly found himself at home. Realizing the power of the magic thread, Ram tired of being the schoolboy and wanted to be a teenager. So, again he pulled out the golden thread hard. Suddenly, he was a teenager with a very pretty young girlfriend named Janu. But Ram still wasn't content. He had never learned to enjoy the moment, to explore the simple words of every stage of his life. Instead, he dreamed of being an adult. So again he pulled on the thread. Now he found that he had been transformed into a middle-aged adult. Janu was now his wife, and Ram was surrounded with a house full of kids. But Ram noticed something else. His black hair is turned to grey, and his once youthful mother, whom he loved so dearly, had grown old. Yet Ram still could not live in the moment. So once again he pulled on the magic thread. He was a 90-year-old man. His hair turned into white as a snow. And his beautiful young wife Janu had also grown old and had passed away a few years earlier. His wonderful children had grown up and left home to the lives to lead their own. For the first time in his entire life, Ram realized that he had not taken time to embrace the wonders of living. He had never gone to vacation with his kids or not taken his wife to moonlight dinner. He had never planted a garden or read those wonderful books his mother had loved to read. Instead, he hurried through life, never resting to see all that was good along the way. Ram became very sad at this discovery. He decided to go to the park he used to walk as a boy. He lay down on a small patch of grass and fell into deep sleep. After only a minute, he heard someone calling out to him. When he looked, it was none other than the old woman who had given him the ball with the magic thread many years earlier. "How have you enjoyed my special gift?" she asked. Ram said, "At first it was fun, but now I hate it. My whole life has passed before my eyes without giving me the chance to enjoy it. Sure, there would be sad times as well as great times, but I haven't had the chance to experience either. I feel empty inside. I have missed the gift of living. Still, I will give you one last wish," woman said. Ram said, "I would like to go back, being a schoolboy and live my life over again. He then returned to his deep sleep. Again he heard someone calling his name and opened his eyes. Who could it be this time? He wondered. When he opened his eyes, he was absolutely delighted to see his mother standing over his bedside. She looked young, healthy and radiant. Ram realized the old woman had granted his wish. Hurry up, Ram. You sleep too much. Your dreams will make you late for school if you don't get up right this minute, his mother shouted. Ram dashed out of the bed on this morning and began to live the way he had hoped. Ram went on to live a full life, one rich with many delights, joys and triumphs. But it all started when he stopped sacrificing the present for the future and began to live in the moment.